it's more glamorous or more fun just to bolt on an air cleaner or throw this exhaust on there, or put these, whatever on there. More conventional performance mods. What you think of is, hey, I need a cold air intake, So doing that, and that can drastically change the look of the bike. So that kind of excites you more. But, that kind of leaves room to overlook other small modifications that can get you a big result. Or can, say you upgrade an air cleaner. Yeah, it might look cool, might be a trick looking air cleaner, but you're leaving performance on the table with the design of that particular air cleaner because, say, it's venting hot air into the intake, compromising performance. So yeah, that's one step forward, but then it's also a step backwards. And so what we're going to talk about today is the small mods you can do, or small improvements you can do, that's just a blanket improvement to performance and longevity overall.
And it's sort of like the series that we've done quite a few videos on. Little changes can make a big difference.
That's right.
So, and Dwayne, before you get into those little things that make a difference, that aren't so glamorous, like an air cleaner or exhaust or whatever, let's talk about the rarely talked about secrets that people just either are not aware of. I don't know.
It's more of the why and how.
Yeah,
I think.
Why and how the little mods that you're going to talk about make a difference. And the first thing is that different parts of the engine have different ideal temperatures.
Yeah.
So yes, when we talk about temperature, we measure oil temperature and we measure engine temperature, but that's what we measure because that's what we can measure. But there's an ideal temperature for the cam, there's an ideal temperature for the sump, there's an ideal temperature for the cylinder heads, there's a different ideal temperature for the actual cylinder walls.
Right, and then that depends on what model bike you have.
Right, yeah. Different parts of the engine should be ideally at different temperatures, and that's not been talked about near as much. The other is cold air intake. Now in the automotive world, people talk about cold air intake all the time. You rarely hear people with Harleys talking about cold air intake. You hear them talking about, oh, I got this that really pushes a lot of air. I got this that really lets a lot of air flow. They talk about how the air cleaner looks or how much filter element area it has.
Or they love to spout off about a CFM.
Yeah, but the most important thing about an air cleaner is that the air going through the air cleaner and into the intake is as cold as possible. And that's why people who race actually have ice reservoirs that they run the air through ice to cool that air down. So cold air intake is really important.